Mr. McCain, the illegal immigration problem is huge, granted, and it stirs emotions on all sides of the controversy. But the message that most politicians, I'm sorry to say this, yourself included, is that you see this problem so huge that there's no simple solution. There is a simple solution. Just like when people are going after the drug traffickers, you go after the money. Now, the money involved here is vast. The profits that corporations are pulling in by not paying minimum wage to these people, not getting health insurance where it's required in certain states, not getting things like workman's comp insurance for these people. These are all concerns. These people are being exploited. That's true. I understand that. But you have to remember that the citizens of the United States are also being exploited. How, you might ask? By the government not enforcing the laws that are on the books already. You must deal with enforcement factors before the people are going to look at you and say, hey, this guy's for real. And you have to introduce legislation that the people of the United States will look at and say, okay, this is fair. This is what I suggest. Mr. McCain, please, I mean this from the heart. Go after the employers. I'm not just talking about the guy in the personnel office who is hiring these illegal aliens. I'm talking about going after the owner of the company, the CEO. Go after the board. This may not be politically feasible, but it's feasible to us, the citizens of the United States that want to see this problem stopped. How do you do it? E-Verify. I know that some people said, oh, no. E-Verify will never work. Come on, it's a comparison program. You take the documentation that Immigration Services brings in for green cards, Social Security numbers. You take the Social Security numbers that are on file already, and you run it through a comparison program. If you've got 6 different Social Security numbers in 6 different states, they all got the same name or different names, this should be checked out. If you have a Social Security number that isn't in the system, obviously we have a problem here and it should be checked out. Require employers that the potential employees that they hire have a legal form of identification. I'm not saying give these guys identification cards, and I'm not saying give these guys driver's licenses, because they're illegal aliens. People say they have rights. Yes, they have rights. They have the right to remain silent. They have the right to an attorney. These people have broken the law. They have rights under our judicial system. Just because they're paying sales taxes does not make them citizens or tax-paying citizens. Go after the employers. It could be a simple thing for the first offense. If someone knowingly hires an illegal alien, they should spend 5 days in jail for each occurrence, and these should be done consecutively. They should be fined $50 a day for every day that person worked for them, and that be that. For the second offense, you raise it to $1,000 a day that they worked for them, and you make it 20 days in jail. For a third occurrence, you make it $10,000 a day that they worked for them, and a year in jail. Most of the people who are hiring illegal aliens on a grand scale don't want to go through a first offense, and they won't hire illegal aliens. Now, if someone is an illegal alien and they violate these laws, then they should also pay $5 a day for each day they worked and 30 days in the clean. And then you send them out of the country. If they return, any person who is deported and returns to the country illegally should be sent to a federal penitentiary for not less than 1 year at hard labor. And this federal penitentiary should be placed on one of the borders or on both borders, 2 penitentiaries, and it should be a roving penitentiary to begin building a wall, a fence, or something. These fences are working. Holding military maneuvers in the deserts, it's a good idea. We need desert training for our troops, just as we need forest training, Arctic training. Why not? Mr. McCain, this is a problem that needs serious consideration. There should be some things that would help these guys get in. If they want to join one of the military services and they qualify, fine, that can be their pathway to citizenship. But just because a guy has been here for 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, that's no excuse. These guys had access to amnesty before. If they've been here for 20, 30, 50 years, they had access to the amnesty program and they didn't take it. And because of that, they should be exempt from becoming a U.S. citizen to begin with. People say that these guys belong here. No, they don't. The people who belong here are bona fide U.S. citizens and legal immigrants. We welcome legal immigrants. They help the country in its plurality. They help the country in ways that most people can't see. And they help make us strong. And most of them really love their new country. Please think about it. Let's go after the guys that are hiring these people illegally. Worker programs? Fine. But these are temporary worker programs, and they should not interfere with the jobs that are here in the United States. There's no such thing as a cheap construction job. You know this, so do I. Just look at the Davis-Bacon Act and how many illegals have been caught doing that type of work. Look at what the wages are. Those are not cheap. Thank you for your time.